Hello everybody, welcome to Resin. Today we're going to do an experiment that should be really fun and not too complicated, and I'm just ready to go. So what I've done is I've got this mold here that's just a little bit bigger than a coaster mold. I think it's about 5 inches, okay? And I had some leftover kind of like darkish black with a little bit of blue, I think, in it. So I just went ahead and I poured this in a couple days ago, and it is all the way cured. So now what I want to do is I want to just cover the top of that with clear, okay? Not too thick because we've got other stuff to do in there. And we've got about 1/4 of an inch to work with or so. So I'm going to give it a quick spray of alcohol, and I'm going to actually just wipe my mold down really quickly, make sure that I've got everything off of the bottom there. See a little bit of pink, but that's been there a really long time. It does not come off. So right now I'm kind of glad. Okay, spray it so I can get I don't want bubbles in my rims. My resin I'm using is JDICTION. And I don't see much of any kind of bubble in there, maybe a teeny tiny micro bubble, but that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this kind of slowly in here in the center. It's kind of mixing with my alcohol. You can kind of see the swirl there, but a lot of times it just kind of dissipates on its own. You don't want to go too overboard with the alcohol. That has another effect, and it's usually not what you want. But there's a time and a place for that effect, and one of these days I will show you. So, okay, so anyway, that is the next step of this project. So I'm going to go ahead and let it cure, and while that's curing, we will start the next step of this project. So I'm going to move this aside, let it finish curing. Okay, so now the next step of what I'm going to do, oh gosh, I got black resin under my fingernail, is we are going to be using this that I got from Temu. Okay, this is called lace paper, and oh my gosh, I was so excited to see some of the different things that you can get there. Okay, leaves and flowers and different butterflies, and gosh, I got 3 different packs of different different types of things that we're going to be using here in the upcoming weeks. And today we're going to use this little butterfly. Now the sides, they both seem about equally textured. If you can see up close here, see if it's focusing in on that. Just kind of a paper, kind of a lacy paper. I don't know what you'd call that. Kind of a stamped paper, I guess. But anyway, so what I want to do is I want to take some of my mica powder. I'm going to take Dragon's Eye, and I think I'll also use some of my Bourbon Street, okay, which is kind of a purple. These mica powders came from Crafts and Glitter for You, and they're super chameleon powders, okay. And then I think I might also use this blue ecstasy. Okay, I mean the butterfly's not very big, but I wanted to have some different kinds of colors on it. Do I have one of those open? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to open this one because I haven't used one of these before. This color, a blue ecstasy, but really looks pretty. So here are the colors we will have. Okay, and these are all super mica powders, like I said, so I expect wonderful things. Okay, I'm going to choose this paintbrush, kind of pretty soft tipped, kind of half firm, half soft. and I've used it for mica powders before. So gosh, now I just got to decide how I want this to be. I think I'm going to start with the Bourbon Street. This is got the more of the purple tones to it. And I'm going to have it be down the body here. So I'm just going to use my mica powder to paint the body. This is also kind of a test to see how well it will stick to paper. I don't know if it would help if I maybe got it a bit wet. I might just have to kind of, let's see if it's even going to stick at all. Doesn't seem like it wants to stick. You know what? It doesn't. Okay, well I wasn't really expecting that. I wasn't expecting it not to really stick at all. Let's see, how could we do this? How could we do this to make it work? Do I have any ideas? I guess I could mix it with UV resin. Let's try that. I'm gonna get my little UV light out and maybe just mix up a tiny bit of this into some UV resin and see if that would work. Okay, all right, I'll be right back here. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much ready. I'm gonna mix up the 3 colors, just a little bit of UV resin, and each of those 3 colors. I don't think I'm gonna need very much at all. And then I will try to dry each section at a time, or cure each section at a time. And I think I'm gonna just be using my Resin Craft brand. This I bought at Michael's. And we'll see if this will work, okay? I'm gonna put on my mask, and so then I will just probably talk to you after this is done, okay? Okay, I'm just doing one section at a time here, and I'm putting it under for 10 seconds at a time because this really didn't need a whole lot of time under the dryer. And I did about 3 layers of each color in each section to bring out kind of the vibrant colors. The first layer really didn't go on, that well. It just kind of was just kind of a base coat of sinking into the paper, more or less. But then after it was cured, it made the next following layers really kind of start making a big difference in the colors. It turned out really pretty, I thought. Yeah, but yeah, this is a fun project. And I'm sure that I'll be using a lot of this lace paper. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty, even just white. So yeah, we're going to do lots of experiments with it. I hope you guys will join me with it. So what do you think so far? I think it's actually really pretty, really pretty. This lace paper is delicate, but not as delicate as you would think. I mean, it's really nice paper, but it's not tearing or anything. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out. Okay, here's our final product after it went through the last curing process. I think it's really pretty. You see how the colors really got more vibrant as the layers went on. Okay, so this part is done. The back part, hopefully it's pretty much cured. I might stick it back under here for just like another 10 seconds or so. Make sure that it's good and cured. I'm not doing very many seconds at a time, just 10 because it seems to be working out pretty well. I don't want to burn it. So I'm keeping a close eye on it there. Okay, so yeah, now I'm excited for our next step when we get ready to put this into that little tray coaster. Um, Gosh, I think that's going to be really pretty in there. Now for the background, I had planned on doing black, and I'm thinking this is still probably the best bet, but I don't want the black to soak in to my paper. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and maybe do a spray sealant on the back of this, I think. Whoops. I don't think I want to use any more of my UV resin for that. So I am going to do a spray sealant, and then when it's time to do the next step, I'll be back. Okay everybody, I'm back. I went ahead and sprayed our butterfly on the back here, and I'm hoping it's enough to keep it pretty much sealed, whoopsie, from our seeping into our other part of our resin there. Luckily, the resin is starting to cure, but it's still goopy enough to where that's just going to even itself out. I did decide to take my pin, and I'm going to do just a little bit of a trim around it because I am a little bit worried about this, pouring this into the black. So I don't want our dark colors to get lost. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my gold leaf trim around the outside edges. So here is this. Just kind of added a little to it. Hopefully not too much. And then I'm going to go ahead and get it centered into my little coaster tray. And I just want it kind of like this. Let's see. I'm going to push it down a bit so that my wings will show. There we go. I don't expect any bubbles underneath this at all. Now I'm going to let this firm up a bit before we do the black so that we can make sure that it's not going to seep underneath this, okay? Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to spray a bit of alcohol in there because I got bubbles from messing that all around. Oops. All right, you guys. Well, I think this is going to turn out really pretty when it's done. So I just want to make really sure that I'm doing the right kind of a background on this. It's going to make all the difference, okay? So I'm going to set this over on the curing rack, let it finish curing, and then we'll be back to do the background color. Okay, I'll see you in a while. Okay, everybody, I'm back. This is nice and cured. Our butterfly here. It's been sitting actually more than a day, so it is ready for us to put the backing on it. Gosh, out of a lot of consideration of what to do for the background on this, I was really torn. I could have done just plain, kind of done a clear coat on this, but I really want to try black. I don't know. I'm a little worried because I'm afraid it's gonna just kind of wash out my butterfly, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna add my black. This is my Sig Wong black mica powder. Add this to this about 2 ounces of resin here. Might be a bit more than I need. I'm going to add this. I don't want it to be translucent at all. I don't want it to be a gray. I don't, I don't think I want it to be gray. The rims here around the edges are black. So see if I can get this mixed up real well. What I'd kind of like to do is I'd actually like to add just a little bit of gold to this black. You think what would happen if I did that? Maybe I'll give it a try because I just want just a little bit of a metallic look to this. I don't want it just to be flat black. I thought about doing a little bit of yellow, like dusting here, just to maybe resemble a little bit of pollen. But then I decided if that didn't look right, then it would really not look right. Kind of ruin the whole thing. Okay, so I think that's going to be good for this. And then I'm going to also add some Let's Resin in golden, okay? And let me get a clean stick here. Actually, let me just use a little bit of my spoon. Oops, that was a little bit, went flying. I need to get, I buy the craft sticks, gosh, by the boxes of 500 or something. And when I needed it right here, I ran out. Need to go get into that box. Okay, let's see what happens now when we add this gold. Hopefully this will be just kind of a pretty, or it just loses it all together. Oh no, actually look at, that's kind of pretty. It's just kind of swirled in there. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what if we don't stir it up all the way? And we've just got some of the gold just kind of swirled in there. I feel like that could be actually really pretty. So let's give that a try. Wipe my stick off there. And I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. Here it is with the dried, with the cured, completely cured, just barely. This might almost have a little bit of an embedded look. I kind of like that look when I can get it. So see what happens with this. Don't think I'm going to get any bubbles in there, but maybe I better give it a good little spray real quick. Just to kind of help with that. There's a lot of little areas in this butterfly. Most of it's covered with the resin from before. Oh yeah, this is actually really pretty. I don't think I've ever mixed the black with gold before. I'm not sure how that's going to look with the rim because it looks like that rim is a real black, maybe a bluish black. But yeah, this is going to be 2 ounces is going to be enough, maybe too much. Let's see here. Don't want to overflow it. There, now it is pretty full. Really pretty colors though. Yeah, that's really pretty. So I'm going to show you here the color if you can see it. Can't really tilt it towards you, but hopefully you can see the gold and the black kind of blending together. And as it cures, as it cures, it's going to make its own little design. Tell you, when I did run out of my blue gloves, and I like them so much better because these just are too long in the fingertips. Just don't like them at all. The blue ones just seem to fit really well. But yeah. Okay. I think this is good. I'm going to go ahead and give it a spray or two of the alcohol as I see bubbles come up. And then this will be ready to unmold tomorrow. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me tonight? This will be ready to unmold tomorrow. So super excited to see how it turns out. Okay. See you guys all then, and wish me luck. Hey everybody, I'm back. This is completely cured. As you can see, a lot of the swirly design that was in here is just kind of gone now. And it just kind of is the black and gold glitter. I really, I was so concerned about that butterfly showing up on the other side with this black. So, okay, here it goes. Oh my gosh, it did work. Look at that. It did not lose the bright colors in this black at all. And I know we were using the Super Chameleon, so with the black background, in all reality, it should have worked, but gosh, I just wasn't sure that it would just get washed out. So look at that. Look at the effects that the UV resin had in the wings. Actually turned out really pretty. I guess my only thing now is that my mold here is giving me a dull finish, a flat finish, I should say, on my coaster. It would be okay like that, but I'm gonna do a really thin layer, I think, of clear resin to give it some depth. Now our rims, I told you they weren't probably a true black. It's kind of, here's that black with the gold, and then now you can actually see the rim. It's kind of a bluish purpley black, okay? But that actually kind of works too because it kind of brings in the colors here on the tops of the wings. Wow, pretty, really pretty. Not prettier than I thought. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up just a tiny bit of resin, probably only about maybe, I don't know, an ounce or half an ounce or so, and just enough to cover this, and I might just go around the edge real quick too. Yeah, really like it, really like it. So we've got on the inside here, see down in here, we've got this little rim all the way around that's translucent, and I actually kind of like that. It just kind of gives it a little something else. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to mix up some resin and I will be back. Okay, you guys, I'm back and I've mixed up about 8 ounces of resin, and I'm obviously not going to need that much, but I've got enough to do that and another project. And yeah, I'm super excited to see how this is going to turn out. I know that the resin, adding that top layer, is going to really give it some depth and some gloss, a glossy shine that I feel like it kind of needs. Okay, I'm going to pour in just a bit here, just enough, I think, to make this go. And then I decided to add some really extra fine gold glitter, I mean, the tiniest bit here. I think I'm just going to use a coffee stir stick maybe. And I want just the faintest amount of sparkle added to that top layer. Not even enough to be able to look at it and say, oh, there's glitter in there. Just a little bit of a sparkle and you don't even know why. Okay, I'm going to make sure that they've got all the lint and everything out of there before I pour. And yeah, this is going to be really pretty, I think, with this top coat. So I'm just going to pour kind of slowly in here. And gosh, as soon as it hits the coaster, you can already see the depth that it brings out. It's just really, really pretty. I'm just going to tilt it kind of easily from side to side so that that kind of coats evenly all around to the edges, to the rims. What do you think? Gosh, you can already see what a huge difference this makes with the top coat. Look at how vibrant those colors are now. I mean, it was pretty before, but now with those colors coming through, it just really pops, and you can see the gold in the black background, and if you look really close you can see the sparkle from the glitter, but it's just barely there. I'm decided not to do the top coat on the rims. I kind of decided I liked it that way with the matte, but I might come back in and do a gold trim around it, gold border. I'll have to maybe think about that a minute. I really like just that we left the rim with that matte finish. I think it's just so pretty. It brings out the color of the top of the wings. Okay, I'll be back when I decide what I want to do with the rim. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and here is our butterfly. Oh my gosh, look at how it turned out. Isn't this just really, really pretty? It's really prettier than I would have even imagined. What do you think about the gold? The gold mixed with the black for the background. And then we put such a tiny, minuscule amount of glitter in the top coat. You cannot even hardly tell, except that there's just a little added sparkle in there every once in a while. I think it turned out really pretty. So now I'm just thinking that maybe what I will do is go ahead and do just a gold edge, just to kind of bring this all together. I'm going to see if I've got any gold left in this one here. This is the Deco Art. That one looks like it's running pretty low. Let me try my Krylon pen. Might have to break out a new pen here. This one looks like it's got some still left in it. So let's see, go around the edges here. I think that's going to be really pretty to kind of bring out some of the gold that we did in the butterfly. If I'm not getting enough out of one of these pens, I will give it a good shake and then spray just a bit of alcohol. And usually that really gets it going. So before you toss your pen, remember to give that a try. Okay, well, you get the idea here. So I'm not going to bore you with trying to get this coat all done. I will come back and finish this here a little bit later. But yeah, I think I needed the gold around the edge, and it's really, really pretty. This might be my favorite new little trinket dish for my jewelry, or maybe my next favorite coaster for my bigger mugs that I use for my morning coffee and things. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. Let me know what you think of this project, and gosh, check out that lace paper if you haven't already. I'm sure that you're going to be seeing me use it probably quite a bit here in the next few weeks with different ones, and we'll try some different techniques with it. All right, thank you. I'll see you all next time.